one mic.
All I need is one mic.
It's just different.
One mic with Big Mike.
The overall tenor of what he's saying is very stupid.
And they say his style is too urban for the radio.
Maybe it's not racism. Maybe it's placism.
Brother has to know his place, right, Bob?
One mic with Big Mike.
Things aren't always what they seem.
A sports talk show, but no subject matter is off limit.
Don't just tell me that the reason something's being done is because that's the way it's always been done. Because the first thing I'm going to say to you is slavery.
And now, your host.
I got the big homie here who needs no introduction.
Big Mike.
All I need is one mic.
Hell yeah, man. What's going on? Happy hump day to everybody. This is the One Mic with Big Mike show here live on Spreaker.com. I'm also on the Spreaker app, and the show should be live again on TuneIn right now, so somebody can go check that out for me, see if the show is streaming live on TuneIn, and report back to me here on Spreaker. I'm also live on the website, onemicwithbigmike.com. You can also hear the show on demand on all four of those platforms, as well as on iTunes, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Google Play Music, and YouTube, where you'll catch the audio and the video. I had to scrap the video from Monday's show because my dumb ass left one of the buttons down on my mixer, so the one that goes to my TV. So the TV was coming through on the video stream, and it was inaudible, and I was doing an interview, and apparently the dude I was doing the interview with could hear the TV and the basketball game that was going on, so he couldn't hear me. The interview was trash, and I had to trash the whole thing. So tonight, we did it better. Make sure I turned everything down, and we ready to rock and roll today on the One Mic with Big Mike show. Don't forget, the Facebook Live stream, like I just mentioned, is bumping right now. Head over to the Facebook page if you're one of those weirdos who like to watch at One Mic with Big Mike on the old Facebook. And while you're there, make sure you like the page as well. This reminder keeps popping up telling me I'm getting closer and closer to 500. So that's kind of like a benchmark for me right now since they keep reminding me. If you want to be a part of the show, it's quite simple. You can do so in a couple different ways. You can do so by hopping on the Facebook page, One Mic with Big Mike, checking out the hashtag, put it on the poll questions, our poll questions for the day, brought to us by sportsnewsandbrews.com. Just go to One Mic with Big Mike. You can just type in hashtag, put it on the poll if you want to do it that way, and chime in on all my poll questions. I'll get to what those are here in just a second. You can also text the show at 404-902-8104, or you can leave your comments below the live streaming video or jump on in my live interactive chat room. To do so, if you want to be a part of this crazy-ass chat room, all you got to do is sign up for your free Spreaker accounts, SPREAKER.com, or the app. You can download it from all your app stores or whatnot. And then search for my show, One Mic with Big Mike, and then follow me. And then while you're listening, you'll see a little thought bubble icon on the streaming player. Just click on that little thought bubble icon. It'll get you right up in the live interactive chat room. I know it sounds like a lot, but it's really not. It's just me not being able to be concise in my explaining of, what the hell is going on with the chat room and all that kind of stuff. All right, so yeah, we up in here, man. Wednesday. Got a guest for the day. Hopefully this interview goes better than the one on Monday. No fault of the guest, by the way. It was all on me. My man, Jordan Morgan, is a D2 player from Kutztown University. I had to find out where Kutztown was. You guys, they do have a notable, though. Andre Reed, Hall of Famer, Buffalo Bill great. I think Andre Reed ended up playing his last days with the Redskins. My homeboy played with Andre Reed with the Redskins, but I don't know if that was his last stop. I think it was, but he went to Kutztown University. So this kid is going to join me, man, and we're going to talk about his experience at the Senior Bowl. He's getting ready for the NFL Combine. All the invites came out today, and we'll see what he's got going on. It's a crazy story, too, man. He's from Philly, so I'm going to ask him if he knows about Marvin Harrison. Laugh if you know that joke. Anyway, aside from that, of course, at the bottom of the hour, the top of the next hour, since we have a guest, I'll take a look back into the history, into the annals of sports, and give you guys my daily feature on this day, where I take a look back and give you guys some historical tidbits on some things that happened on this particular day in the world of sports and Black history. I don't know if I have any Black history ones today. I don't go searching for those purposely. If it's a black person involved, it's sports. There's bound to be a black person involved. But if there's not, whatever, right? Let's see. As far as topics today go, today is it's one of those days, man. It's like Wednesday. First of all, Wednesday is usually a slow news day. That plus we're heading towards the All-Star break this weekend. So things are kind of winding down. So this week and kind of the beginning of next week will be some slow weeks. You got to figure out what you're going to talk about and this, that, and other people making up stories. They got the blood out of that damn Charles Oakley, James Dolan turnip, didn't they? Boy, they squozed that thing. Is that a word? Squozed? They squozed the hell out of that damn thing and got as much blood out of it as they could. Now, I'll talk a little bit about that as the show goes on. Let me bring my notes up here. Yeah, I do take notes. I was talking to my man earlier today. The guy's going to start helping me out with the show. He asked me, what you going to talk about today? I was like, I don't damn know. I never know. I take notes, and then, around this time during the show, I start looking over them, and see what we got. At some point today, that crap show that's going on in the White House, it is van-glorious. To quote my homie, Bone Crusher, oh, my God. It is van-glorious. It's a total crap show, man, going on in that damn White House now. And people are still, right before I hit the air, this dude, came at me yesterday about some craziness. And apparently, still today, having a conversation defending his president, Trump. Yeah, have fun with that. Yeah, I left that alone. And then my man, another dude named Elijah, got on, and then they started ganging up on him. It was like a Trump rally going on my on my damn timeline. It was amazingly stupid and funny as hell. If you guys want to go check that out. What else do we have? I want to give some more thought to this Sandusky thing. I mentioned it real briefly on Monday that Jerry Sandusky Jr. has now been charged with some things, some sexual things involving a minor, filming, touching, and things of that nature with a minor. And my man Dan Lebitard said something the other day that brought to mind a conversation I had with my former co-host Rob Calloway on this same matter. When it actually happened, like a moral type of question. And I'll bring that up here at some time during the show. Also, the Super Bowl hangover, the Super Bowl shrapnel is still flying. Former Falcon great too, Roddy White. He's so butthurt, man. He's so butthurt over what happened to him. And he's trying to deflect it and make it seem like he cares about the team and the city. He's being a woman about this. He's being a scorned. I know somebody might take offense to that, but I don't care. He's being a scorned woman about this, about him being cut last year. And I won't get too deep into it right now, but eventually I will, because I got into another Facebook conversation, a constructive one, not one as stupid as the one I mentioned from yesterday, but a constructive Facebook conversation with some Falcons fans about laying the blame, how the blame is being laid as it pertains to this whole Falcons blowing the biggest lead in Super Bowl history thing. And then I want to talk about Tom Brady too. Tom Brady told Peter King he's going to play. He's going to reassess at 45. He's going to get to his mid-40s, and then I'll reassess if I still feel like playing. My man, I don't know. Of course, I don't know. But there's some Barry Bonds-ish qualities to this whole situation, and I'll again explain as the show moves on. And I mentioned earlier the James Dolan thing is still going on. My man Draymond, Draymond does a podcast, a Dre Day podcast. Did not know that till today on the Players Tribune, and he talked about this James Dolan thing. He used those words that white people feel very, white people get real irky when you start saying slavery or slave. Black people too. I don't know why I'm fronting. As soon as you say slavery or slave, or black people wait, what? Well, slave what? Millionaire and slave in the same sentence? No way. All right. So of course we'll get into all that. But first, the first thing I want to kind of air out real quick here on the One Mic with Big Mike show, live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on Spreaker, Spreaker, the Spreaker app. Tune in as well if you got that app on your mobile device. This situation that I don't know if I've ever even spoken about it on the show because I think it's ridiculous. But now it's getting to the point now where you people, the people who are fans of sport, are looking and desperately seeking some sort of soap opera-ish subject matter to attach yourself to. And it enters in Stephen A. Smith, everybody's favorite loudmouth, receding hairline, using big word for no reason Negro, right? When I say everybody, I hope I mean nobody. he jumps in, says he hollered at Floyd Mayweather on the other night, Saturday, in Oklahoma City, right? When the Thunder were taking on the Warriors. And Stephen A. Smith comes back. He says, I spoke with Floyd Mayweather, and the fight is close. He said they're getting close to a deal. All right? That was reported everywhere, all day. And I'm one at this point, especially when it comes to like Floyd Mayweather, and now the fact that he's done and he's been done for so long, and any player, like once you get those creative juices that stop flowing, once you've cashed in, like the Manny Pacquiao thing was once in a lifetime. Boom. This dude said, I won't fight for no less than 9 figures ever again. Because he know him. That was the cash out. That's what like everybody in life, not everybody, most people in life are looking for that thing, that cash out, that thing that's like I'm looking at a lotto ticket right now. You know what I mean? It's something as small as that, $2. But we all want the cash out. Floyd Money Mayweather was fortunate enough to get that. And now it's about being relevant and attaching himself to something that is relevant. And the most relevant thing right now that's close to what he does is the UFC game, the mixed martial arts game. And the most popping dude in the mixed martial arts game. My mouth is mumbly as hell. Ugh. The most popping dude in the mixed martial arts game is Conor McGregor. So the way I feel like this happened, and I don't know this for a fact, but it just feels like the way this has happened, like some dude tweeted or Snapchatted or something about, man, wouldn't it be awesome if Floyd fought McGregor? And then it took on a life of its own. It's the most ridiculous, stupid, made up nonsense, nothing that could come out of the world of sports in probably ever. This thing, first of all, it can't happen. Because McGregor, as big as he is in UFC, he's a big fish in a very small pond. Floyd Mayweather, he turned his class of boxing, he turned it into a big pond in which he was able to still be a big fish within that pond. The reason I'm making those parallels is because Floyd Mayweather could show up and fight Manny Pacquiao many, many, many years after anyone knew this fight. Well, most people still thought it was going to be a good fight because you dumbasses went out and bought it. Me and my man was talking about. Me and Rob was on the air doing the Sports Kings when this was going on. And I remember very, very distinctly telling Rob, I was like, this fight is going to suck, dude. It's going to suck simply because, like, I'm not into predictions, but anytime you've built something up, who's the last dudes or whatever, who's the last dude or woman, depending on which way you do your thing, that you built up in your mind and then finally got some of her or him and it lived up to what you thought it was. It's either going to go over your expectations, or you're going to be disappointed. That's usually how things go. So with this fight, I was like, nah, there's no way. It was too much hype around it. And I knew it was no way it could live up. And what happened? It was terrible. It's absolutely horrible. And people were mad. I don't know why. You can see it coming a mile away. And now, you got my man. Floyd don't need no more money. Conor McGregor, I don't know if he needs any. Every time I see him on like TMZ, he's spending like hella bread. Apparently, he does need his money. He was just in Vegas trying to fight a $75,000 fine for throwing that water bottle at the press conference and all that. So apparently, like, his money means something to him. To a dude like you, seen Floyd just drop more than $75,000 on nothingness, naked ass probably. You know what I mean? So we talk about two dudes that are in two different spaces. And when it comes to the question of need, McGregor needs, you know what? Let me reverse that. I don't think he needs to fight Floyd Mayweather. But what he needs is, more than Floyd needs this to maintain his relevance. What he needs is for the perception to be there that he's in the same class as a self-promoter, as a tough guy, as the best in the business. that perception to still be there for him. But really, none of those things are true. I think Floyd kind of put it out there very elegantly, and I'll get to these. I get to the things that Floyd had to say about what Stephen A. Smith had to say. Stephen A. Smith, he's quoted ESPN. His employer quotes him as saying, "We're getting very, very close," in quotes, quote unquote, to a super fight. He got on TV this morning and was like, "I never said that." Well, take it up with your employee, homeboy. That's what they're saying. But then apparently there's a deal. See, and this is the other thing too, how you know it's not gonna happen. Both of these cats, apparently, per the folks in Vegas or the boxing commission or whoever, both of these cats won $100 million. I don't necessarily know that the value is there for either one of these dudes. Floyd is over the hill. He's done. He's been retired for what now, 2 years? Conor McGregor he's a fighter. He's not a boxer. So it would simply be like a circus act. There's really no value to me in watching this outside the fact that Floyd understands, I think, better than anybody, that his biggest appeal is to the people who want to see Floyd get his ass kicked. The same way I wanted to see Ronda Rousey get her ass kicked, because like for whatever reason, these people who perform these individual sports, they're supposed to have a certain level of bravado, but also make sure you have the humility too. And Floyd has none. You know what I'm saying? You start bringing up names like Ali and all these people. Floyd immediately says, like, whatever. I'm not gonna say nobody's better than me. He's not supposed to have that much though. He's never lost. What does that mean? I mean, what are you gonna be if you never lost at something that you dedicated your life to? People love to come in and Floyd can't read and all that. Look, let me tell you something right now. Real talk. I would take illiteracy right now. If you gave me not even half, you gave me a tenth of what Floyd Money Mayweather is valued at or worth. Yeah, I'd give up my literacy right now. I don't have that much of it to begin with, so you know what I mean? You can have it. I saw this story before I started the show. This white dude, and it's important to signify that he's white. He's white. He's not an athlete of any kind. At 64 years old, he's learning how to read. And he's like, it's opening up my whole world. I'm like, my dude, how are you alive? I can't even picture the black guy. The black guy who is 64 years old, other than Sammy, without a discernible talent. You know what I mean? You like just being a regular dude, like the cat that, I don't know, like a cat that just lives like a regular life that can't read. Like you can't even like go work on cars and stuff like that because everything is technical and like engineering type work moving towards. These cars are like just huge computers now. So it's not even like, you can just be a grease monkey anymore. I go get my oil change. These dudes look cleaner than I do. Well, maybe that's an indictment on me more so than them. But you get what I'm saying. 64 years old. I was like, man, it is good to be white, especially in America, B. I don't even know because it wasn't a story that you could read. You had to click on the link to play the video. You guys can go to my Facebook page, facebook.com/1 MICWITH. BIGMIKE on Facebook and check that out if you want to see the story. I think it's up there somewhere, but I'm like, how is this a thing? But anyway, that's the thing that people try to get at Floyd about, Floyd can't read. Floyd is dumb. Like, I don't know that he can be that dumb, be honest with you. I don't even know the fact that he's illiterate. You know what I mean? I'm not sure. I know people who have, been around him at radio stations I've worked at and said that he couldn't properly read, liners, those, what's up? This is Floyd Money Mayweather, and I'm listening to the One Mic with Big Mike show, that kind of stuff. He couldn't read it fluidly, but whatever, dude. It's like certain times you give up certain things. You ever watch Kobe Bryant's documentary? He talked about giving up certain things to be great. Like you're not able to have everything. You're not able to be a good husband or a good friend, as he put it, or a good son to be great. You can't go out and party to be great. And for Floyd Money Mayweather, it may be that I can't spend time learning how to read. I don't know. But at this, like, who cares? It ain't like he's like on the street with a misspelled sign and the holy boots. I'm talking about will work, WERK, for food, the number 4, FUD. You know what I mean? He ain't doing that. He's okay. I mean, he'll be all right. So this whole thing with him and Stephen A. Smith is like, I thought somebody told me that he was like a very credible writer when he was in Philadelphia. He's a caricature, man. That dude's like a cartoon character, B. Not just because that's what he looks like. He just is, man. And he's like trying to be this mouthpiece, trying to break stories, man. Stick to that arguing stuff that you do. And apparently that's not going very well. But people are starting to get hip to the whole nonsense of it and tuning it out. And I've been waiting for people to start doing that for a long time. It's not no hate on him, man, but it just ain't that. I mean, like you constructing arguments with a white dude across the street from you and a piece of eye candy in the middle. It's kind of, I mean, it eventually, you can see eventually where that would, get played. So anyway, Floyd, after the rumors were out, which I believe he probably used his puppet to start, because it's one of those things. How can I stay in the news cycle? How can I stay here? Like once this McGregor thing goes away, however it goes away, because Dana White is like, yeah, Conor McGregor can keep talking all he want to. I got a contract on this dude, so he can be talking and trying to negotiate stuff all he want to. But the reality is, don't nothing happen if I say it. If I don't say it happens. Again, man, it's like the banana in the tailpipe thing. Y'all falling for it, man. Florida, whoop that dude ass, man. I can't wait to see that. Really? You're going to be waiting a long time. I personally don't believe it'll happen. I forgot to do the poll questions today. I'll do them after I read this quote from Floyd Mayweather. This is a tweet it's a tweet that he kind of attached the Word document to. And, and now it's like, did he really write this? I don't know. Although there has been several rumors circulating through media suggesting that I will have an upcoming fight, I'd like to set that record straight and state that there has been no deals made on my behalf in regards to a bout with a fighter at this time. I am happily retired and enjoying my life. Rest assured that if any changes come about, I will be the first to let you know. Yeah, now that I read it, I don't think it's him either. I don't think that's Floyd tweeting that. Anyway. That dude I was talking about before, that dude is still talking about that Trump stuff. He's still defending his man. Shout out to you. His name is Roy O. McKinney on Facebook. He's a real idiot though. And he's a Falcons fan apparently, because he's the last bastion of you guys who have that rise up thing on your what is it called? Your avatar. Yeah, shout out to y'all. Anyway, today's hashtag, put it on the poll questions before I forget again. Brought to us by sportsnewsandbrews.com. Hashtag put it on the poll, POLL. What % chance do you give the Mayweather-McGregor fight of actually happening? I didn't put fight on this, but you guys get what I mean. 67% of you guys say 0 to 24% of it happening. Exactly. I don't think it's going to happen. It's ridiculous. And you got 33% of you people being so hopeful. 50 to 75%. The other options are 25 to 49 and 75 to 100%. Did y'all know this was a thing? I put a link to this thing. There's this thing that there's a job, like a new millennial job, an emoji translator. Yeah, so you're the person that you apply for this job to translate what people mean from their emojis. I have no idea what the emojis mean. I only probably use the laughing cry one. I sometimes use the gun. I use the side eye one every now and then. I use the little poo poo one. I don't like the reality that people actually speak with these things is wild crazy. And I saw this yesterday, and apparently it's a real deal, because there are sometimes where people will sue people in court. And part of the evidence will be a text message, and the text message will contain emojis. And the lady that's doing the hiring at this company was talking about how certain emojis mean different things in different cultures. Like You know, the one that says okay, the one, you know, with your fingers, okay, is a positive thing here, but I guess she said in like China or somewhere else, it's a negative. It's a negative thing, that symbol is. And it's like so weird. But you'll be one of the only ones. They got like a crazy test too that I guess many people can't pass because it seems like those things are arbitrary. I guess, well, maybe, I don't know. I'll be 40 next month, so I'm old and I don't know nothing no more, and I feel it, and it's so prevalent when I see someone hiring a emoji translator, and 100% of the people who answered the poll, they said no, they didn't know that was a thing. Yeah, me neither until yesterday. I put this would be some sugar honey iced tea. Oh no, I said this is some wild S. Because these teachers apparently got secretly taped playing that game. What is it called? Marry, Kill, F. But they were playing it with students. And some, this is so ridiculous. Some of the students were special needs kids. And you hear these people like, oh, hell yeah, I'd definitely kill Jasmine. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'd F the hell out of Blake. You know, it's like real weird. But, you know, it's like one of those things, man. It's like a privacy thing. You know, is that fair or foul? These people, you know, probably stressed out teaching these badass kids and, you know, I guess two special needs kids as well. They're probably just blowing off some steam, but somebody caught them on tape. And, yeah, they're in a little bit of trouble. So at this point, no one has answered that poll yet. But, yeah, is it fair or foul that they were taped? Where is somebody? Do you think anything fishy? There's anything fishy about Tom Brady still being about to play NFL? I don't know what the hell I write sometimes. Still being able to play football this well at the age of 40. 100% of people say maybe a little. Damn right. Maybe, and I'll get way deep into this as the show moves on. So those so far are your hashtag, put it on the poll questions. We're a couple of minutes away from my man, Jordan Morgan from Kutztown University. He's an offensive lineman. He's going to move from tackle to guard in the pros. He played in the Senior Bowl, getting ready for the NFL Combine here in about 20 days, I believe. So we'll talk to him in a little bit. This little bitty ass school that he goes to. He got a crazy story. He showed up on campus at 235 pounds. This dude is 320 pounds now. Shout out to Jordan. Shout out to Jordan for that, man. What up, man? I am Nodo's in the building. What up, homie? If you guys want to join him in the chat room, you still can. You can do so for the next hour and a half or so. Just go to Spreaker or download the Spreaker app from your what is it called? From your app store. And once you do that, follow my show. Sign up for your Spreaker account as well and follow my show, One Mic with Big Mike, and then click the little thought bubble icon you see on the streaming player. That'll get you right up in the live interactive chat room. Also, make sure you click the little heart icon as well. Whether you're listening to the show live or if you're listening to the show on demand, still click that little heart and share me with all your friends. Share me on Facebook. There are some little share buttons there, so share me on Facebook, share me on Twitter and Google and wherever else it allows you to share me. Oh, my God. I just take some candy and it's like not agreeing with me. Got me burping up a storm. I'm also streaming live video right now on the Facebook page, which is at the number 1 MICWITHBIGMIKE. Use that same handle for Twitter. That's where you can go answer the hashtag, put it on the poll questions brought to us by sportsnewsandbrews.com. If you don't want to go through all that hassle, 404-902-8104 is the number you can text to get involved with the show, or you can leave your comments and questions below the live streaming video here on Facebook or jump on in the live interactive chat room. I know those. You seen the Verizon situation? Unlimited data now, cuz. So now, like, you don't have to worry about if you don't want to, like, log on to hear your boy on the situation here. You can just, you know what I mean? Take me with you everywhere you go. Unlimited data. How you love that? Shout out to Verizon, man. I actually got to call and get my plan updated because that'll allow me to do a lot more things. And I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all how bad of a son I am. My pops, man, he's like just off the grid type dude down in Florida, man. And he got his internet cut off the other day because he thought he had like a virus or, as he put it, an intruder. So I can't be down there in the woods with him and my mom's without no internet. But now, you know, No doubt. Me too, homie. He said they're gonna regret that unlimited stuff with me. Damn right. Playing all the music everywhere. I'm walking around with a soundtrack like I'm gonna get you, sucker. Like my man just had the soundtrack with him. That's gonna be me everywhere I go. Like Bad and Bougie or something. Black Beatles in the city. Anyway, man, let me take a break real quick, but I gotta come back and talk to this cat. I want to call him Jordan Howard. That's the kid that plays running back for the Bears. Jordan Morgan. That's who I need to talk to next, right here on the One Mic with Big Mike show every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'm live right here on Spreaker.com. Also, man, check out the Women Crush Wednesday of today as well. I forgot to write the name down on my notes as well. So during the break, I might go ahead and look for that and give you guys the name of this week's Women Crush Wednesday. I'll be right back.
I have one question for you.
Do you or someone you know run a business that could benefit from additional exposure? The One Mic with Big Mike show is currently taking on new sponsors and advertisers. One Mic with Big Mike is currently syndicated across 8 different online platforms, and your company's name could be heard and seen across all 8 as well.
Let's get to work.
Please send all inquiries to Mike at onemicwithbigmike.com. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your continued support.
All I need is one mic.
This is a test to find out if you know it all when it comes to children. Time starts now. Name one of the leading killers of U.S. children age 1 to 13. What's the best way to protect children in a car crash? At what age and size should a child start using a booster seat? Where can you find the answers to these questions?
Car crashes are one of the leading killers of U.S. children. Many of those deaths could be prevented by making sure that kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Don't assume you know it all when it comes to car seats for your child. Go to safercar.gov/the-right-seat and know for sure. That's safercar.gov/the-right-seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
And now, back to One Mic.
What are we waiting for? Let's get to it.
With Big Mike.
Yeah. Welcome back to the Hump Day episode of One Mic with Big Mike here live on Spreaker.com. I'm also live on the TuneIn app and, of course, on the website onemicwithbigmike.com. You can hear the show on demand on all 4 platforms I've already mentioned, as well as on iTunes, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Google Play Music, and YouTube. Make sure you check out the live stream going on Facebook Live right now, facebook.com/1 MICWITHBIGMIKE. And right about now, we're going to step out of this music real quick. Welcome in today's guest. He's an offensive tackle from Kutztown University, NFL prospect. Man just got through playing in the Senior Bowl. Getting ready to do some big things coming up here in the NFL Combine and Draft. Y'all give it up one time for Jordan Morgan. What's going on, homie?
Not much, man. How you doing?
Man, I can't complain. Not one bit. Probably not as good as you, but, you know, I'm hanging in here. How'd you spend your Valentine's Day, my man? You a Valentine's guy?
I got a lady in my life. Fortunately, she wasn't with me the other day because I had training, but made sure to send her a little something. That's what's up. Built-in excuse, too. Like, I was training, so I couldn't, do all the rigmarole, my man. But, she gonna probably hit you up. Like, after, when's the draft this year? April what? I want to say the 28th.
April 28th. So by April 29th, she gonna get it back. She gonna get it back with interest. Please believe. I was reading your story, man. Give us the story. How'd you get to Kutztown? Because I've never until today, or not today, till the other day when I requested to talk to you, I've never heard of Kutztown, and I probably should have because, of course, the great Andre Reed went to Kutztown. But how'd you get to Kutztown?
I got there just from them coming to the high school I was at, recruiting other players. I had a coach who was just hard selling me to the recruiters who had came, just trying to get me a shot, basically. And it was just something I was tenacious with, and they gave me a shot, and I just stuck with it, and it ended up working out for me. You played half a season? Like, how did that work? You played half a season, like total in high school? Yeah, I wasn't really a football player. Like, I didn't come out for the team until my senior year, and right before the season had started, I had been pretty banged up from the camp, so I ended up missing half the season. So I'd only played the second half.
Then turned that into a possible NFL career. Look at that. He's NFL hopeful out of Kutztown University, home of the great Andre Reed, as I just mentioned. He's also the Gene Upshaw Award winner for the best lineman in Division II football. If you guys don't know who Gene Upshaw is, first of all, shame on you. Second of all, he is NFL great with the Raiders. Also he was the old DeMaurice Smith, the head of the NFL Players Association. So you show up at campus at 235 pounds. How much do you weigh now, my man?
Right now I'm about 310.
How? That's the question. How? 235 to 310. How?
Just doing the basic stuff, just making sure I was eating right and doing the right type of training and making sure I'm just putting the right stuff in my body so that over the years I could grow. The hardest part was definitely eating to gain the size, because there would be days where, like, you're full, you don't want to eat anymore, but if you want to gain that weight, you kind of just got to keep forcing that shit back. And, yeah, that's pretty much what got me there.
Yeah, to have those problems. Yeah, I can't eat enough. Yeah, most of us, dude, I'll be 40 years old next week. I stepped on the scale today. I was like, man, I'm eating too much, like, ridiculous stuff too. You feel me?
Yeah.
So you grew up in Philly. How was that? How was your life growing up in Philly before Kutztown?
It was a pretty decent life. I mean, my family never had like too much when I was growing up, but I feel as though they raised like me, my brother, and my sister well. So we always were able to stay out of trouble and get relatively good grades in school. So it was just before the whole football thing kicked off. It was a pretty basic life, I'd say.
You're a pretty young cat. You know about Marvin Harrison?
I don't know about who?
Marvin Harrison. You know who that is?
I do not.
You from Philly. You don't know who Marvin Harrison, the great Colts wide receiver, Peyton Manning's favorite target.
Okay.
Yeah, the story is that I've heard from people older than you. So, well, not that I've heard from people. There's also this thing about him being still a person of interest in a murder, but we'll digress from that. Tell me about a memorable experience at Kutztown. You've been there for 4 or 5 years, right? Because you're redshirted. So you've been there for a while. Yeah. It probably, well, from what I read, it's a different experience from where you grew up. But give me probably your most memorable experience from being at Kutztown.
You want football or just basic
anything?
Life?
Whatever comes to mind. Whatever comes to mind first.
Gotcha. I would say my most memorable experience was probably my past year where we won the PSAC East. So it's like the eastern part of the conference we play in. And it was just crazy because that was the first year we were undefeated in it and actually won it. And that was the first time we were ever undefeated in it. And that was the second time in school history, I think, that we had ever won it just as a program. So when I first came there, it was pretty much a rebuilding year because so many players and coaches had left. And then I went through a series of different coaches when I first got there. And it was just a program that was constantly, like, turning into something and being broken down and rebuilding. So just that game that won us that, just to see it all kind of come together was a crazy experience.
Absolutely. The other voice that you're hearing is NFL hopeful from Kutztown University. He's the Gene Upshaw Award winner, the best offensive lineman in D2 football. His name is Jordan Morgan. Jordan, do you have social media? I couldn't find any social media on you. What's your social media situation so the people know where to find you at?
I got you. I can give you my Twitter right now.
Let's run it.
That's Jordan's 3. Yeah, that's Jordan's 3.
Jordan's Jordan 3?
Yep, all one word.
Did I say that right? Like Jordan's plural, then Jordan singular, then 3?
Oh, no, plural again. It's 2 plurals.
2 plural. Jordans. Oh, you a Jordan guy. You rock the J's?
I used to when I was younger, but the name just stuck with me from the media, so.
My man. Let's move on to the Senior Bowl. I watched some of the Senior Bowl practices. Of course, that's where I got your name from. And I watched some of the practices. Didn't really watch a lot of the game, but as I tend to now see today after reading about you, I saw the plays that you played in the game. But give me your assessment of yourself and your performance in your Senior Bowl, seeing as though you're going from playing at Kutztown, a Division II school, to now playing against guys who, two in particular, that played in the damn national championship game in the the D1. So how did you assess your own performance?
I think in the game I played well. Just that whole week was just a bit of a progression for me, just coming from the D2 schools to playing like the best players in the country, and then on top of that playing a new position. So I felt like my first few days were a bit of a learning phase for me, but I think once I got acclimated, I started to perform a lot better and play a lot more comfortably. And I think I did myself a favor down there. Word.
Good stuff. Now, you talk about that position change. You're moving from tackle, from the left tackle, right?
Yes. Tackle
to guard. What do you find after that week? What are you finding is going to be the biggest adjustment for you, moving from being out on the edge to be in a more confined space where you kind of probably go from kick sliding more to more of a bounce in your pass setting, and the quarters are a little bit closer with your run blocking? What do you see as the biggest adjustments that you're going to have to make in your game?
I would say just getting used to doing it, honestly. I mean, I know some guys at this point have been playing ball for 10, 15 years, as opposed to me, who this would have been my 5th year now.
Wow.
So just me playing the position more, getting more reps at it, getting more looks. I think I adjusted relatively quick down there and started to perform well, like I said. So it's just a matter of continuing to do just that. I feel as though the more immersed I get in it, the more chances I get at it, the better off I'll be.
Now, you were playing under that John Fox staff, that Chicago Bears staff. What did you think of the coaching staff?
Oh, I liked them a lot. As I understand it, the offensive line coach, Coach Wash, is relatively new to that program, but I liked everything they had to say. They were really insightful. They were really easy guys to get along with, and they taught us a lot in a little bit of time, so that's always pretty useful.
What was the most important thing you think they taught you as far as your new technique is concerned?
I would say just playing fast. Like, I know when I first got down there would be times where I wasn't playing fast because I was focused on different things, whether it be assignments or like different techniques. But overall, they were saying it's just like that week was just an evaluation of where you are as a player now. Like, it's not too much you can learn in that week that'll just make you a completely different player. It's really just about showing what you have the ability to do currently.
Let's talk about outside of football. What do you do when you're not training, or when you're not playing, or when you're not focusing on the game? What are some of Jordan's outside interests?
Outside of football, I like to think I'm a pretty basic person. I like to go out with like my friends or my girlfriend whenever it's like I have a day off of training. Maybe like go out to eat or go see a movie or something, or like play video games. I'm so gung-ho about the whole football thing that I just try to keep it like that. I mean, I figure that's real basic, and at the same time, it kind of helps you unwind from everything else that's going on before you get right back into it.
Are you training up there in Philly? You still up there training, or you somewhere else training?
I'm training in New Jersey.
Word. Okay. He's Jordan Morgan, everybody. Got a couple minutes left here with him from Kutztown University, the Gene Upshaw Award winner for the best offensive lineman out of D2. Make sure you follow him at Jordans3 on Twitter. For some reason, I couldn't find that. You're a Philly guy, so you pay attention to the Sixers and to the Eagles. Are those your squads?
I wouldn't really call myself a diehard Philly fan. I've always been the type of person who I have favorite players for teams more so than just a straight favorite team.
My man. That's the smart way to be. Like, I get on my show probably every day and reel on cats about that whole crew love situation. These dudes that are die hard and all. Like, why we gotta die, cuz? To cheer for a team. Like, why I gotta be that serious? Feel me? Yeah, my man. I appreciate that about you. So I guess that would mean that because of that fact, like, you don't really have a preference. I know some guys, like your man what's my man's name from Texas A&M? Somebody got him on tape the other day talking about please draft me, Jerry Jones, and they made a big deal out of that. But I guess you don't really have a preference, do you? Or do you have a preference in style of play that you would like to that you can better see yourself fitting into?
Honestly, for me, like I don't really have a preference of where I go. I just have a passion for the game. I don't care where I'm at or what position they want me to play, as long as they tell me I get a shot to play against like the best players in the world. That's good enough for me. My man, is there a player in the league that you kind of look at and say like, yeah, I could see me being like that guy, an offensive lineman whose game you admire? I would say I'm a long ways off right now, but an offensive lineman I look at like that will probably be Tyron Smith, the left tackle for the Cowboys.
Yeah. He's one. He's big though. He's bigger than you. Well, not big. He's a lot taller than you. And this dude got like arms that are like long as hell. How long are your arms? How long did your arms measure at the Senior Bowl?
Mine's are about 33 and a half.
Where's that at? Is that average or below or above?
That's actually pretty good. I know like that's like borderline tackle length, even though they're bumping me inside for guards.
Gotcha.
So I know like a lot of teams are pleased with how. Like I know, like I'm not 6'6", but I know they're pleased with like the length of my arms and legs. So,
absolutely. Tell me about your strength. What do you consider your strengths as a player? I'm giving you one of those combine interviews, like that 20-minute interview you don't get at the combine. I'm about to hit you with some of those real quick. Like, what are your strengths?
I would say my strengths are my athleticism, my feet, and the demeanor and the way I play. I know I move a lot. I move better than a lot of big guys, and I've always been like praised for my feet. And I think on top of that, just like I always try to finish every play, no matter what's going on in that play. Like
Word.
That's always been the one thing that I've been told. Like from the first day I stepped out on the field, like you don't stop until you hear that whistle blow. And even then, sometimes you hear that whistle blow, you still go a little bit further.
When you say your demeanor, it's like you a mean MFer, or are you like calm? Like when you talk about your demeanor, like who are you on the football field?
When I say demeanor, I just mean like just how you play. Like I'm a real calm person, but like on the field, like I'm just trying to catch bodies. I mean, like it's football, we got on pads.
My man,
all right.
my man.
I mean, I can slam somebody, I'm slamming somebody.
That's what it is. So on the other side of the coin, what do you consider your weaknesses to be right now?
I would say my main weakness right now is just experience. Like physically, I know that I'm not too far off the ball from a lot of these guys, but I mean they've been at bigger and better programs and been playing longer than me, so I feel like I'm kind of in like an accelerated program almost, like going down to the Senior Bowl to show that, yeah, I didn't have as much as these guys had, but I can still play with them.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully getting that shot at the next level, being with some team in camp, I can develop even faster and prove that I can play with those guys as well.
Give me a little known fact about you, something that someone who, like I'm just meeting you right now, something that I'd be surprised to know about you.
I don't know how surprising this would be, but like you know how like a lot of people say like they cook, they know how to make food and all that.
Oh,
like,
do
I really know how to cook and make food. Like, I mean, I actually used to like want to be a chef when I was younger, but I was like being the oldest out of 3 children. Whenever my parents were away at work, like it was me who had to learn how to cook for my mom and dad so I could take care of me, my brother, and my sister whenever they weren't around.
My man, like, what's your dish, cuz? Because I cook, dude, like, for real. Like, I saw Instagram the other day, this dude that I used to work with, he, like, had on the counter, he had, like, a box of pasta, like, some turkey meat or something, a jar of Prego, and a bell pepper in it, and the caption was, "Real men cook." And I was like, my man, something's missing here. What you about to do is boil some water and brown some meat, cuz that's what you about to do. So give me, what's your deal, man? Like, what's the thing that you go to? You got your lady, it's Valentine's, you don't have to train, you cooking for, what you throwing down for?
For the most part, she eats whatever I make, but just in the midst of all this training, whenever I cook, I try to make sure it's still relatively healthy.
Nah. Forget this. Like, let's just say you're not training. Like, what's the thing? Calories be damned. Like, what are we going for? We're going for taste. We ain't going for functionality. We're going for taste and beautiful presentation, that whole nine. Like, what is your thing?
See me, like, I honestly love lasagna. Like, I make a mean lasagna. My thing.
My man. Yeah. Get in that. Well, how many layers we talking about, cuz?
Like, you know how you get the aluminum pans, right? Like, I like mine to get a little bit taller than the aluminum pans, so I got to get the foil and wrap that thing tight so the meat won't spill over.
Yeah. Hell yeah. All right, man. I appreciate you joining the show, man. I got one last thing for you, and it's just basically because of your story, man, and like hearing you talk right now and reading some of your previous interviews, man. You talk about work, you know what I mean, and the ability to just work through issues and conform to certain things, like different circumstances. It was something that kind of spoke to me. I don't know if you've ever seen Curtis Martin's Hall of Fame speech. Curtis Martin has me off of I don't watch anybody else's Hall of Fame speech because that's pretty much the crux of his speech. This dude said he don't watch football now. He never really liked it. It was just a matter of him doing it, and he says, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to work as hard as I can at it. And him just working at something ended up in the Hall of Fame. So for you, man, what's your message to those kids who don't get a chance to, do all the crazy stuff at the press conference, like pick a different hat or fool, take off a different shirt because it's not a big school, someone who may have to find themselves at a Kutztown type situation and work their way through it? What would be your advice to that kid that may be listening to this show?
I would say find the real reason you're doing it. Like, I know a lot of people, they might be trying to do this for their family or for the money or just, like, because somebody else is living through them. I would honestly say, like, because, like, I'm not even there yet, but this process can be a bit much at times. So I would honestly say, like, if you're going to do it, make sure it's really what you want to do and it's really, like, you have a passion for it. Because I feel like just moving forward, if you don't, everything that you're going to have to go through is probably it's going to break you down. Like, you have to want to do it. Like, find your why and just roll with that. I mean, there's going to be people who doubt you and tell you can't do X, Y, and Z, but I mean, as long as you know your why, just do it for that exact reason. That's
what it is. I lied too. I got one last question because it's the question I have to ask. Like, since I've been doing this for the years I've been doing this with prospects, I got to ask you just one question. Once you do make that team, I'm already going to say you're going to make the team, you're getting drafted, all that stuff is happening. What's the first purchase? What's the first thing you got to get?
I don't know. Honestly, I would say a dog. I really want a dog.
Like a canine? A dog?
Yeah.
Bro, you can get a dog now. You can go down and adopt a dog right now. I mean, you ain't got to purchase it. You can just show up and like, look, I want one of them Mike Vick specials, the ones that got rescued from him. Hook me up. You dig?
on that, like, just for that, like, I don't know. Like, I've never been like a real flashy guy, so I can't think of anything crazy I would want. I mean, obviously a car, but it wouldn't be anything flashy. I'd rather be smart with that money and opportunity and wait until like a second contract to really start spending money like that.
My man. Like, yeah, that sounds great to me, dude. I'm rooting for you, dog. You're one of those people. I watched the combine like a nerd, you know what I mean? Because when I was in school, when I was playing ball, it wasn't televised. So we had to like get information through hearsay. So once they start televising it, I turned into a real like combine snob nerd. I just sit down and watch it like it's a game. So I'll definitely be checking for you draft night. I'm the same way. Draft day 1, 2, 3. I'll be checking for you, man. And my man, the best of luck to you, man. I can feel your fervor, you know what I'm saying, through the phone lines, man. You're somebody that I definitely hope the best for, my dude.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man.
You got it, man. Thank you for joining me.
No problem. You have a good one.
You too, my man. Yeah, man. Solid dude. You heard that, dude? I'm going to go get a car, but it ain't going to be no Lambo. It's going to be something point A to point B, look nice, get me where I want to do, and keep myself working to that second contract. That's real stuff. He's the number 9 guard in the draft. So it's not like, you hear Kutztown, you hear D2, you think, might get some undrafted dude. Nah, this dude's like one of the top 100 and 120 players in the draft. So we talking round 3, 4. We talking, decent money, and also even more so than that, a decent opportunity to find yourself with a ball club that you can contribute to in some way, shape, or form. So, y'all keep your eyes out. Jordan Morgan, we're going to try to do some more of these as well, man, as we lead up into the NFL Combine, and then try to check in with some people following the Combine. I remember with the Sports Kings, Rob and I, we talked to guys like Ricardo Luckett. After the draft was over with, my man showed up and just killed it from, where did Ricardo go? Ricardo went to, I said Lockett. Luckett is the girl who sang with Beyonce, Lockett. Showed out at the Combine, went to Fort Valley, or was it Albany? One of those black schools. I never get them straight. Same thing, around the same area. But yeah, he showed up and we got him on the show, man, just to, get a glimpse at his position. We couldn't get him on the show no more after that, but those are the breaks. That's what I should have said to my man. Like, make sure I can get in contact with your ass once you get that money, B. I ain't gonna ask you for none of it. I just want to talk to you on the show. Anyway, good talking to him, though, man. Jordan Morgan, you guys. He is, once again, at Jordans. I got to make sure I follow him on Twitter as well. He's a Gene Upshaw Award winner, the best offensive lineman in D2. Played all 4 years. He redshirted 1 year because, like I said, he showed up on campus at 235. He is now 310 pounds. What the hell is Bill Walton doing? He's sitting on a stool during the basketball game. Holla at your boy. Y'all seeing this? All right. So anyway, coming up in the next segment, this show shouldn't take me 2 hours tonight. It definitely shouldn't take me 2 hours tonight. So coming up in the next segment, we'll take a look back and we'll do my daily feature on this day. Let me make sure I get you guys the proper information here on this week's Woman Crush Wednesday as well. It's underscore, I'm about to tell you right now, you MFers, underscore NV something. Hold on. Underscore NVZEE is this week's Woman Crush Wednesday. Like I said, we'll take a break here. I got about 2 minutes to the top of the hour, but I'll take the break here. Refresh, come back. I got some other stuff I wanted to talk about also at some point today. If not today, at some point, I wanted to talk about the Olympics, the last Olympics in Rio, and the now what's happened since then. All damn hell has broken loose. But if it's not today, I may get to it on Friday or whatnot. So with that being said, don't forget the show is live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday right here on Spreaker.com, the Spreaker app, as well as on TuneIn and One Mic with Big Mike.com. It can also be heard on demand on all of those platforms, as well as on iTunes, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Google Play Music, and YouTube. I'll be sure to post a video of this either today or tomorrow, since I know it's clean. There's no background noise in this one, so it'll be good to go. And I'll follow me on Twitter at One Mic with Big Mike and answer the hashtag. Put it on the poll questions brought to us by sportsnewsandbrews.com. Don't forget you can text the show at 404-902-8104 or leave your comments and questions. Please comment and question below the live streaming video, as well as jumping on into my live interactive chat room where you guys can holler at your boy and ask me questions and mess around with me. I'm going to talk about Tom Brady, Roddy White, and some more stuff here on the other side of a break. This is the One Mic with Big Mike show.
I have one question for you.
Do you or someone you know run a business that could benefit from additional exposure? The One Mic with Big Mike show is currently taking on new sponsors and advertisers. One Mic with Big Mike is currently syndicated across 8 different online platforms, and your company's name could be heard and seen across all 8 as well.
Let's get to work.
Please send all inquiries to Mike at onemicwithbigmike.com. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your continued support.
All I need is one mic.
Hey, Nick Cannon here. So of course we all know there's lots of talent in America. But unfortunately, there's something else we've got way too much of. Childhood hunger. 17 million kids struggle with it in this country. But here's the thing. This problem is entirely solvable. Seriously, we already produce more than enough healthy, nutritious food in this country to feed every single last one of those hungry kids. We just need a way to get it to them. That's why the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks is out there every day gathering surplus food to give hope to hungry kids and their families all across the country. But they need your help. Join me in supporting Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org. Together we can solve hunger. Together we're Feeding America.
A message from Feeding America and the Ad Council.
One mic.
All I need is one mic.
What's the name of the show?
One mic with Big Mike.
You know, ain't nobody getting hurt, ain't nobody. You know, there's no crime being committed.
And they say his style is too urban for the radio.
This is real life stuff that's happened to me.
Well, you know what?
You, and you.
One mic with Big Mike.
I like to be able to do what I want to do.
A sports talk show, but no subject matter is off limits.
Meek Mill's concert is not called the Hell Yeah, I Banged Khloe Kardashian concert.
And now, your host.
Put your hands together for the one, the only
Big Mike.
All I need is one mic.
Yeah, we over the hump, man. 1 hour down, 1 to go. But I don't think it's going to take a whole nother hour to get through what I got to talk about today. I made a promise to myself when I started doing this that I wasn't going to stick to any time constraints. You know, if it was 2 hours, it was 2 hours. If not, if it was a little bit more, it's a little bit more. And now that we're done with football season, it's a perfect time to implement that. It's the One Mic with Big Mike show. Shout out to the homie Big L checking in here on Facebook. My man Marlon Malcolm. Yep, you damn right. Marvin Harrison had them things and probably still do. Like, they talking about Marvin Harrison like a Nino Brown type figure taking over the damn Carter in Philly. The homie I was just talking to, Jordan Morgan, he's a little bit younger, man. He's probably like 20, 21 years old, so it's a good chance that he wouldn't know about all the Marvin Harrison stuff. But yeah, Marvin Harrison got an alleged body on him, and a couple, as a matter of fact, man. But, you know, he laying low. You know, doing that thing. T.O. can't get into the Hall of Fame. You know what I mean? Because he run his mouth. Marvin Harrison is dead in cats, allegedly. Welcome to the Hall, Marvin. First ballot. Nah, second ballot. Whatever. Yeah, real stupid, man. That's why stuff like that is no point in arguing about it. ESPN and these people will tell you differently. There's no point in arguing about that. It's so arbitrary and stupid. And who cares? You know what I mean? Bunch of old grumpy white men holding grudges against a black dude that's rich and mouthy. Where have I heard that before? Yeah, I just got through watching the entire Roots the other day. This time I made sure I put it on the DVR so I could just go watch it anytime I feel like getting a little antsy with old whitey. Nah, let me stop. Let me stop being an idiot, man. Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look back before I move on. I was going to mention something about the Roddy White situation quickly, because this was a point of contention all the way last year when he got cut. You know what I mean? So I'll get into that here on the other side of the break, and I got to talk about Charles Oakley as well, and how my man is like, at some point, dude, Charles, yeah, LIG, my dude, like, either piss or get off the pot. Cause anyway, let's do it.
Now, let's take a look back. On this day.
I'd really like to be watching this damn Cavs Pacers game, man. I ain't got a chance to see Paul George get busy, but like one or two times this whole damn year. Anyway, on this day, it's gonna be short and sweet. On this day in 1962, CBS TV, they bought the exclusive rights to college football games from the National Collegiate Athletic Association, aka the NCAA holes, for a figure of $10 million. A little over $10 million. Now it's like $10 billion now. Shoot, 2017 from 1962. Yeah, we spelling million with a B now, cuz. On this day in 1965, NFL teams pledged not to sign college seniors until they had completed all of their games, including bowl games. So apparently, yeah, like, what? So you could like sign Deshaun Watson before the national championship game? Of course, there wasn't one back then. There was no Final Four back then. But you get my point. And they was like, nah, we probably shouldn't be doing that because amateurism. Yeah, here's your amateurism right here, D-Wads. On this day in 1978, the great Leon Spinks, not to be confused with Michael Spinks, he beat the great Muhammad Ali, a.k.a. Cassius Clay, in 15 rounds for the world heavyweight crown. I talked about this the other day. because we had one on the other day talking about when they decided to go from 15 to just 12. If you fight somebody for 15 rounds, both of y'all got y'all ass kicked. There's no real winner in that, dude. You know, evidence being, look at how Muhammad Ali ended up, and look how, like, Leon Spinks just was. Period. On this day in 1991, Troy State, which is now, I think, Troy University, if I'm not mistaken, they set an NCAA Division II record with 103 points in the second half. Damn. Routing DeVry Institute, 187 to 117. They scored 103 points in a half of college basketball. On this day in 1996, the NCAA Football Rules Committee voted to require a tiebreaker in all NCAA football games, which is where you get the overtime stuff from, because before that, of course, games can end in a tie. And finally, on this day in 1998, in Daytona Beach, Florida, Dale Earnhardt, Big Dale, he wins the Daytona 500 in his 20th try after many unsuccessful tries. And ladies and gentlemen, that is your Hump Day edition of On This Day. It's also, but don't forget, Woman Crush Wednesday, @_NVZ, is that right? Is today's One Mic with Big Mike, Woman Crush Wednesday. So you guys go shout her out, say what up. You know what I may do once I get some consistent like help with the show. I'm gonna let you MFers just start like voting, make it to a competition. Like, yeah, my way of objectifying women. I'll let you MFers vote on the One Mic with Big Mike Women Crush Wednesday for today. All right, let's talk Falcons. This wasn't a thing that really I thought it was going to like materialize into something until, you know, the good folk at Facebook, the good social media crowd not brought it to my attention, but just kind of made it into something show worthy. So yesterday, Roddy White, I can't remember Roddy's real name, man, and that this is one of those times where I like to use the person's real name just because it's ignorant and stupid, but too bad I can't remember. So Roddy White was on WSB radio yesterday talking about the Super Bowl loss, and he's been butt hurt since last year when they cut his ass, right? And everybody here was all pissed off. If you're not here in the city of Atlanta, let me kind of recreate it for you. Everybody was like, oh man, that's effed up, because Roddy, after he got cut, started talking about how Kyle Shanahan had it out for him. He didn't use him properly, right? And then they cut him, and then it became Kyle Shanahan's fault, and Roddy was real bitter about it, and the fans got bitter because they love Roddy, the same dude who many years ago in this same city